Okay, so this is match analysis between myself and a player named LKBoo. Um, and originally recorded it, and the audio got completely messed up. So figured, okay, don't have any sound on the set, so it might be a good opportunity to instead just do some match analysis and kind of go through how I approach the Nago fight, and also maybe provide some tips and some thoughts from the Nago side about, how do you handle this matchup versus Giovanna. Full disclosure is that I was actually having pretty significant audio issues, or stick issues before this set. So the first match, my mind is honestly kind of on the fact that, I just spent like an hour and a half trying to rewire things to make my buttons work. So playing a little bit on autopilot to start with. Um, but, the play was not entirely bad, but just something to keep in mind for this first game. So that was me actually trying to do a heavy slash after Nago fade back. That's something that I do because it will usually counter hit if someone's trying to step back if you do it properly, but looks like I mistimed it there. Um, so this is Geo running her game. Of course, that was really high, which is why I got punished there. Kind of a desperation super. You can definitely tell I'm playing really fast right now. Normally I would advise trying to play this matchup a little bit slower as Giovanna. Ooh, I just ate that heavy slash. And backdash because I was afraid of the command grab. Probably shouldn't have been because, his blood situation would have been good since he just hit me with two pretty big normals. So that in that situation, command grab's actually pretty unlikely. And you'll see me doing a lot of IADs in this matchup because a lot of times you don't really want to approach Nago. That should have been a super. Just dropped it, I guess. Jump back P. That's probably a misinput. I don't think I would have done that on purpose. There's the backdash on the command grab. No burst because no reason to. So good part on his part. That round was kind of a geo round. Got him in the corner and just kind of bullied. Saw me start with 6P there, so I ate that crouch S. Backdash again from the command grab. He just spent a fair amount of blood, so that's kind of what that was looking for. I should probably be blocking in that situation. I'm not really sure why I was pressing, and that should be the match. Yeah, that'll do it. Even with the RC. So yeah, first match kind of didn't go well. Like I said, I was playing a little bit on autopilot there, but even so, noticed, there are definitely things to see. Caught him backdashing. That's something that you kind of see. And you see me challenge there again, and that's really the reason why, because Nago, you don't necessarily, he's kind of scary at round start because he's got that, DP that's pretty safe now. So Nagos can kind of just let that fly. But at the same time, you don't really just want to let him miss that meaty there. You don't want to let him just get away with pushing buttons round start because him starting with Beyblade is kind of not a good situation. So you'll see me challenge round start. Pretty common. And again, like I mentioned before, like you see the backdashes, like it's a good option for Nago, but you can't abuse it because Geo can definitely chase it down. She's got some pretty good options to check backdashes. That's one of them, Charge Dust. I'm not sure if he was backdashing there, if he just didn't block it, but I had the meter to make it safe, so why not do it? First to keep himself alive, good 2H preemptively. See me challenge there, and nice air throw. And this is a really bad situation, so you see me just backdash to get out of it. Try to challenge after Beyblade, but that was a little bit too far, and I was not paying attention to his blood there, so just kind of ate a hit that I probably shouldn't have ate. But now it's just can I chip Nago at this point? And yeah, in that situation, because he has no blood, I really think DP is probably like a really good option there. Because generally speaking, like all I need is a touch into anything, and I could chip really. You see me jump back there because I am afraid. I don't really want to challenge Nago every time round starts, so I try and mix up the options so that he can't just, ooh, that was really high. Yeah, so even though I hit him, I still got punished there. I gotta work on that. And he's got a lot of blood, but now he doesn't anymore because I just got smoked and didn't block the uncharged dust. So yeah, that's just Naga, right? Like you get hit once or twice, and that's pretty much it. You really only get like three mistakes against Nagoriyuki. So ooh, that was me messing up the setup. That JK was not supposed to actually hit him, so he was still in block stun. Nago's always backdash after they whiff a big button like that. So you see me chase it. Probably gonna backdash again. He did get smoked for it. And you see me just kind of staggering my pressure. That was a really good 6P. I wanted to keep my turn, and you have to be able to challenge that. It's pretty hard to do because Geo has so many ways to stagger her pressure. And I had a ton of meter. Why not do it? RC it and should kill. I didn't RC it, so he's still alive. That's unfortunate, but a really bad situation there. Um, I've got a lot of options there. You can fuzzy mash to beat that. If you've got like fast enough normals and stuff, or you can just wake up with throw, but it is a 50-50 if you don't have the fuzzy mash timing down. Good preemptive 2H catches me jumping. And like I said, you see me jump a fair amount in this because Nago's buttons are big enough that I can't always challenge them, particularly if he's got blood too, like he does right now. Um, so you'll see me jump and do empty neutral jumps just to try and get him to push bigger buttons so that I can run on approach. Good YRC there, but I want to keep my turn, so I just BRC back and take my turn back. Yeah, it's an interesting fight. Like Gio has really good tools to deal with Nago, but like I said, you only get three, maybe four mistakes in a round against Nago, so that's kind of the the wall you're playing up against. And I really don't want him to be swinging with 5P and 6P. That's why you see me keep kind of just like I want to stand at ranges that make him push bigger buttons. I want to do things that make him push bigger options because the bigger options I can whiff punish just like that. Um, it's once he's relying on his jabs and things of that nature, he's YRC'd a lot of times. So I tried to bait it there, but the close S wasn't quite meaty enough. And this should kill if my combos are good. They're not good, but get the run up throw to close it out. Um, but yeah, so a lot of what you'll see is me just kind of trying to bait particular buttons because I need him to put stuff out that's big enough for that allows me to whiff punish. So you'll see me keep doing that in neutral. And then once I get close, at this point, I've pretty much caught on that he backdash is his go-to option. So you'll see me meaty with 2S kind of a lot because it's really good at catching that, or try and do like a close S. I was looking for the burst there. Or try and do a close S like super meaty so that I can recover in 2S after and try and catch the recovery. His blood is going up pretty high, but doesn't look like he'll pop. But that's what I was kind of just waiting for. I was waiting for him to actually pop, but once I saw that he wasn't, then okay, now it's time to challenge. And you can see that all the jumping that I've been doing is paying off because now LK he's throwing out two H's and bigger buttons. That was quite the challenge. Um, and that's what I want because if he's putting big buttons out there, then I can challenge the big buttons. Ooh, that's a punish. So this is the situation where I don't want him pushing big buttons. Another backdash because his blood was going up pretty high, and I didn't jump there for some reason. I saw the command grab, but I remember not jumping there. So in game one, when you saw me swing with this should be his round. In game one, when you saw me swing with at the back step with that heavy slash, that was why I was doing it because if he does the fade back, then my jab challenge doesn't actually work in that situation. I'll probably chase backdash again there. That's to keep my turn and a good jab check there. I was a little high, so not quite my turn. So yeah, just kind of doing a lot of different. That was super dangerous. I got kind of lucky. And that's a pretty common reset that you'll see. Learn that from another geo actually, but it's a good option. To beat that, you just put a button out there. If I see you putting buttons there, then I can do 2D as a reset instead and like get a big counter hit there. So it's a pretty good situation for Giovanna overall. And take that round in pretty fast order. It's pretty hard to win if you get hit with with that counter hit combo into the dust reset. Super bad situation, but I got kind of lucky with the gold burst. And now it's just my turn. So I've got full meter, which means I'm probably not going to respect anything. And there you see it right there. Good 6P there. I did a second heavy slash because I was trying to catch it. After the nerf will this, yeah, he's going to the wall. But yeah, when Geos start kind of pushing repeat buttons like that, then you can just 6p that now. Just super annoying. I just got smoked. That was a very blood intensive combo. I think, okay, now he won't. He should be fine now. But I think if he didn't do that, that he actually would have popped after that wall break. That was a very blood intensive combo. And one of the things you'll see me do, yeah, definitely gonna backdash in that situation. Um, One of the things you'll see me do kind of a lot also is um, if I have meter, I will typically try and dump it if I've got full bar because I want to always be gaining meter. I believe in Fudo when he says that you're at your weakest when when you have full meter because it means you're not getting resources that you would otherwise be getting. So I'm pretty free with my meter once I've got 100 of it. That new combo does not. I'm not sure if it doesn't just flat out doesn't work. I need to actually lab it a bit more. It always works in the corner, but I'm not sure if it actually is a real thing mid screen. Tried anti-air with 2D, but he stalled himself, so good for him there. And again, once he starts pushing bigger buttons, then I've got a lot more options. And there again is the backdash chase. But yeah, once he starts pushing with bigger buttons, then I just have much stronger options to get around it, whether that's with an IAD or run under if he whiffs like 2H or something like that. So that's kind of what I'm looking for in neutral. And there again, just try and not let Nago do what he wants on round start. Even if I eat a DP on occasion, I really don't want him Beyblading at me to start the round off. So, try and challenge at least enough just to keep him honest. That was a pretty good anti-air. That's kind of dangerous to anti-air that particular Nago button in that way, and that should be the round. Yeah, definitely. And that'll be the game. That's not the game. That didn't kill. That's wild. Nago health. At this point, just kind of waited because I was looking for like a YRC or a super or something. But I'm pretty good to just sit still and let him just drain, his tension like that. I don't really want to hit him too fast anyway in that situation because I'm trying to actually chip him out. So I need him to change up his timing on that FD a little bit so that I can try and catch it out. And he backdash, so that's trying to catch it with the 2D. There's another 2D in neutral just to control space. Until Nago gets blood 2, 2D is a really, really strong option. And there's a backdash again, get some counter hit, and good situation for me. Ooh, that I feel like that probably shouldn't have worked. That was a wake up close S. I'm not sure if that's actually real. It might be though, because you can't throw for like 5 frames, and then your throw's 2 frames, and I think that's like a 7 frame button, so that might be real. I'd have to lab it. And just trying to kind of trick him. He doesn't have very much health, so at this point, I just kind of want to hit him with anything. And that felt like a tilt super, but it worked. I felt like I was annoyed there, so that's maybe not the best decision I've ever made. Because I try to not play mad. You make bad decisions when you're mad. Very nice 6P. He's been pretty good to be honest about checking drill. Hasn't done it every time, but enough to make it so that I can't just abuse it freely. With punish on 2S, you can do that, and there's that backdash again. Um, and there's the punish on the YRC. And even with Nago, that might actually kill. Yeah, you can't get YRC blocked when I've got full bar like that. Um, so yeah, this is one of those things where like it's a good example of you want to be thinking about those kinds of things when you're playing. It's like, what am I getting hit by? And for LK, a huge part of where he's eating damage. There's that anti-air Beyblade. Not the biggest damage, but that'll fix his blood situation. One of the things you want to think about is what am I getting hit by, and LK is getting smoked because he's backdashing a lot, and I caught that. Um, so you just kind of want to make sure you're always paying attention. So that time I delayed the string because he's been 6Ping in the middle of it, um, and it's a good option, but I can just wait and get a pretty decent punish off it. Good BRC back that gets him out of the situation. There's that heavy slash that I was talking about before. Um, I think when he fade steps in like that, he might be able to beat the option if he chooses like a quick enough option, but Normally they're gonna press like close S or something like that, and in that situation, my heavy slash will beat the fade step there as well. Trying to keep pressure. He was probably trying to 6P me again and just a little bit late. I was running in behind him because he'd FD'd. That's definitely something that people need to do more against Geo. Like you should be FDing. Geo does not get to just run offense. Um, ooh, and yeah, I didn't, whatever he was gonna do there, I didn't think it was gonna be real, so just kind of swung. That was maybe a little bit dangerous to be honest, because he did have the meter to he had the meter to RC that string. So if he'd done that, I actually would have gotten smoked, but had the read there, I guess, in that situation. And round start, like I said, try and mix up the options like a decent amount. He has definitely round start DP'd a few times, and I just don't want to eat that. That's so much damage if you get hit by it. So now that I've kind of established, I am willing to wake up. I'm not going to do it, or I am willing to push a button around, so I'm not going to do it every time. To be honest, in a lot of situations, I kind of just I don't really want to deal with Nago at round start, to be honest. So backdash is what I want to do. And I just don't do it all the time because I can't give him that kind of space continually. And you see me jump after because that was high, so I was afraid I was going to get thrown. Probably going to backdash there, and I certainly did. Got exploded for it. Um, and you see me not bursting because I'm eating. Against Nago, I try and only burst if he does something that's really blood intensive. So anytime you see me burst in a situation that's not Nago spending a lot of blood, I consider it a loss on my part. Um, that's yeah, a jump again because I was afraid that that was really high. Trying to catch him pressing 6P there and just not quite getting it, but eventually do open him up because at this point he's playing a little bit too respectfully, to be honest. That was probably super or something. Um, he's playing too respectfully, right? So if you respect me, which to be fair, I've kind of enforced my turn a few times. So I've definitely taught the lesson. But if you learn that particular lesson versus Geo, she will run over you. There's the jump again because that was really high. And there's me enforcing the turn again. See, I don't actually agree with spending your burst in that situation because I don't have tension. I can't really kill you. I'll get the knockdown, but like you just put me back in neutral, and I'm pretty content with this fight in neutral. Nago's not at, he's not at 2 bars blood, so I think my neutral is better than his at this point. And now you see me just bullying super hard because he's afraid to 6P and things like that. And like I said, if you give me plus frames, I'm gonna take them until I hit you. Um, he was afraid of super, but I didn't give it to him there. That was a good throw. Wake up with buttons because I thought he was going to wait for super. So just tried to wake up and steal my turn. So that's probably going to be a burst. Yeah. That was a great air throw. Fantastic air throw. I'm going to super. And he can super back in that situation. That's the proper way to deal with that situation. He's definitely going to explode now. So you just see me spending a ton of, how did that hit me? I have no idea how that pop hit me. That's kind of wild. But yeah, in that situation, he had just spent a ton of blood. So you saw me, I was pretty content to FD. This is gonna be so much damage. Or not, he decided to save blood instead. I thought he was gonna throw me, so I woke up with DP, which is actually not the proper way to beat that because meaty throw will beat that DP even on reversal timing. And yeah, like you see the way that I'm challenging, I've definitely died for it a few times. But it's something that you have to do. Like you can't let the opposing player just enforce their will, because you wind up with situations where you just get stuck and die, right? That was me trying to chase down a backdash and I messed it up, and just like I messed up that RC, that throw RC. Um, but yeah, you have to challenge because if you don't, like you can't block forever in any fighting game. And Strive is no different. Like eventually the opponent will hit you, and because of the way Risk works, when they finally hit you, like you're gonna explode. So you got to do something. That's pretty good for me. He just spent he just spent his burst, so now I'm just like, okay, if I hit you, I was not expecting him to get hit with that, so I was trying to like reset pressure. So that gold burst was honestly probably kind of a little bit tilt. I'm probably gonna, nope, didn't steal my turn back. Ooh, good throw. And like I said, if I've got 100 tension, then that's a really live threat, and that's gonna put his blood down, but honestly, I'm pretty okay with that. His blood wasn't in a really high situation anyway. Um, so like that situation doesn't matter at all. Like that damage was nothing, and it wasn't like he had any blood to regain anyway. So I'll take that anytime. And now we're on potentially last tournament or match set. So we'll see how you see. I backdash because if I do that, I can punish that DP. And like I said, like at this point, he's respecting me way too much. So I'm just running in after my plus frames, and that's not going to hit. But I don't care. I'm up 9-1, so why not super after my -4? He swung on me the last time I did it, so might as well do it again. And that is the set. So yeah, hopefully that was kind of helpful. It definitely is a bit of it's an interesting fight, right? Because Nago is super strong in this version of the game. Um, but he also like he can be beaten and Geo fights him decently well. I personally think that if Nago does not have blood too, then he's not really scary in neutral. Um, but if he's not at blood two, then he's got his specials and stuff like that. So I think one thing in particular is LK could have definitely used Nago's projectile a bit more in this matchup. I think that that's really strong actually in neutral and low blood situations because I'm not afraid of 2H or 2S or even Beyblade in neutral because Giovanna 2D is really, really good against all of those options. Um, but the projectile just kind of beats what Geo does outright and gives you plus frames. So I think that that's something that LK could have done more in this matchup. But yeah, so that's kind of set analysis between or for this set. And hopefully it's helpful either on the Giovanna side or on the Nago side. It's just about, the way that I approach this particular matchup and some of the theory and thought processes behind it. So hope that helps and you guys have a good one.